Greetings and salutations to our lecturer, English for Communicative English 2, Miss Dayang. So today we are our group. Let me introduce the group members. Let me introduce myself first. My name is Michael Fu. Get how my matrix number is 07 DEE 20F 2036. So my group mates Nur Afika bin Muhammad Nur and Nuatira binti Rashid. So today we are going to talk about the what is this called, the digital multimeter. Yes.
Assalamualaikum, my name is Nuratira binti Rashid. I am from class DUE30022. My matric number is 07DE20F2030. Today I will present about the features and characteristics of digital multimeter. For the features, digital multimeter is a test tool used to measure two or more electrical values, principally voltage, current, and resistance. It is a standard diagnostic tool for technicians in the electrical or electronic industry. Not only do multimeters range in type of measurement they can perform, they also range in size from handheld device to larger benchtop models. The smaller the device, the less sensitive it is. For the characteristic, a digital multimeter displays the measured value in numbers and may also display a long bar proportional to the measured quantity. Digital multimeters are now much more common, but analog multimeters are still better in some cases, for example when monitoring varying values. Then a multimeter can be useful hand tools for locating fault-based and field service, or an instrument that can measure at a very high level of accuracy. They can be used to solve electrical problems in a variety of industrial and household appliances such as electronic appliances, motor control, domestic appliances, power supplies, and wiring system. That's all from me. For the strength, weakness, and function, I will pass to my friend Afika.
Assalamualaikum and salam sejahtera. My name is Rafika binti Muhammad Nur and my student ID is 07DEE20208. I'm from DEE3A, Diploma of Electrical and Electronic Engineering. So my course code is DUE30022 for Communicative English 3. So I'm going to present my product is digital multimeter. So my point is the advantage and the disadvantage of the digital multimeter. So the point for the advantage of the multimeter is, first, the output can be interfaced with the external equipment. Second, they are having the high input impedance, so there is no loading effect in the digital multimeter. They are also available in smaller sizes or compact, and the digital multimeter is more accurate than the analog multimeter. And next, the portable sizes of the digital multimeter makes it easy to carry anywhere. And the digital multimeter also reduce the reading and the interpolation of the errors. And it also can be used for measurement for the accurate current AC or the direct current DC for both quantity. And it is also measure various of parameters such as resistance, voltage, and the current. And the result of the measurement will be displayed in a numeric value directly. And next, the auto polarity function can prevent from connecting the meter to test the circuit with the wrong polarity. And lastly, for the advantage point is The digital multimeter displays have no moving parts, so this will make them free from wear and shock failures. So next is for the disadvantage. The disadvantage is the digital multimeter is more expensive than the analog type. Second, the LCD displays depends on the battery. So when the battery is low, it will make the display is dim, and it will cause for us to difficult to read the multimeter. So next is there is a voltage limitation. So if the voltage is increased beyond the limit, the digital multimeter will be damaged. And other than that, in case of fluctuation or transients, it can record an error. And lastly, for the disadvantage or the weakness is the accurate current or direct current converter has a limitation on word length, which can use the quantization noise, giving rise to an error in the measured value. So that's all for my presentation for the product digital multimeter. Thank you. So next is the function of the digital multimeter. So a digital multimeter is a test tool that used to measure two or more electrical values, in principally the voltage, currents, and the resistance. It is a standard diagnostic tool for technicians in the electrical and electronic industries. So in detail, for measuring the voltage, so the voltage is the easiest and the most important electrical quantity that electricians need to measure when working with the electrical devices. The voltage value present for the electric power at the measuring point of the electric device. Next is the detail for measuring the resistance. The function to measuring the resistance is also important. The resistance quantity that multimeter can measure. Most of the electrical devices around us is constructed by inductors such as lighting and a motor. It means that each device has its specified resistance value. By measuring the resistance, we can easily detect if the electrical devices is abnormal. So next is the continuity test. The function of the multimeter is the also for the continuity test. It is also useful and used frequently by the electricians. It helps us to detect the broken wires or bad contact of a button or the switching circuit. It is very easy to do the continuity test with a multimeter. So that's all for the function of the digital multimeter. So next is for the recommendation. I will pass to my group mate, Michael Fu Kiat Hao. Thank you.
For recommendation of a digital multimeter versus an analog multimeter, so there's quite of a difference between the digital and the analog multimeter. So first of all, the use of a digital multimeter is more convenient and more efficient than rather using an analog multimeter, since there is no zero error. So we are going to use it like just measured. So after that, using an analog multimeter is also very risky, since it has that zero error. So we are going to eliminate that thing as little as possible. And also, digital multimeters also have a lot of functions than analog multimeter, but the functions the functions are very useful for us when we are having our course lah. So like when we are having something on what this is called, like lab, like our practical work, the practical work. So during the practical work, we can use these functions to measure the measurement, yeah, something like that, rather than using an analog. An analog multimeter it's not like it's not good, but it's like the past. It's like dinosaur generation already. But as a result, digital multimeters are not that durable due to its fully digital. So still older people will still prefer to use analog multimeters because they are durable and they last long. Rather than using a digital multimeter, you need to like change every single period when it runs out. Yeah. So if there's a comparison, like digital multimeters only last for like a year or two, but analog multimeters can last a long period of time. So for multimeters, as a result, for analog or digital, that depends on what the buyer needs and what the user wants, because they both have pros and cons. So I think that's it for today's presentation. Thank you and see you soon.